It's your favorite entrepreneur, Tato Mondo. Take action. Take action. Stop giving excuses. Take action. It's time to start your business now. Take action. What's your excuse? This is the right time. You have no excuses anymore. You need to take action. A lot of us, we all have these excuses like, oh, the timing ain't right. Oh, this, oh, that. You're dying. The clock is ticking. You're about to die. I mean, just imagine when you're about to die and you're just regretting that business you did not start, that step that you did not take. Take action. Make that phone call. Send that email. Send that DM. Even if they don't respond, send it to somebody else. Figure out why they're not responding. Improve yourself as a person. Read more books. Read books. If you can't read books, they are audio books. I used to hate reading myself, but I got into reading, you know, by first starting with, it was tough the first days, I tell you that. But I kept on trying and listened to audio books. And then, you know, I realized there's so much knowledge that I did not know of. And as somebody who wanted to always be an entrepreneur, it was crazy that at some point, you know, I was getting all this information. I was like, wow, I don't know about this. Oh, wow, I wish I'd known this about 2 years. I should have been reading. So that motivated me to keep on reading. There's a lot of information that is in the books that can solve your problems that you face on a daily basis. And, you know, just reading will improve your life. So take action, start reading, start listening to podcasts, start that business. Don't wait. And don't read too much, by the way. If you're going to start something, don't read too much because you're going to waste time reading. Because me, what I do, I engage in something before I even started reading on it. Some people say, oh, that's dumb because, you know, you're smarter than me. You think that's dumb, but, you know, that's how I've been able to succeed. That works for me. So it's a different process for everybody. So the more I read, the more I start being analytical and, you know, to try to, it will delay my process of starting, or it can shift the way I want to start and affect my business. So sometimes it's best to jump into it. And then, you know, when you're like 6 months, 1 year into it, then you start reading on the other stuff. And then now you have the actual experience, and now you can get the book's perspective on stuff that you're working on. And then, you know, there's a different understanding if you do it that way compared to just first reading and trying to do it might discourage you from starting. It's like when I wanted to start a podcast, right? I went to the library, as I usually do. And I was at the library, and then I saw a book saying, oh, how to start a podcast. I was like, okay, let me read it. Then I started reading it. It sounded so complicated, and there's a lot of like, oh man, it actually discouraged me. I'm like, man, I'm not going to start a podcast. Until recently, I saw like my cousin doing a podcast. I'm like, yeah, how did you do it? I talked to somebody who's doing it, and they told me like, oh, I'm doing this. This is so easier than I thought it was. Then that's how I started my podcast. But as I said, like just when I picked that book, it delayed my starting process because I thought it was much more difficult than it was. So sometimes just reading is going to affect how you're going to take action. So sometimes just jump into it and then start reading later, and then, you know, it all makes sense because you're already into it. It won't be as complicated as you might think it will be. So yeah, so that's Tato Mondo. The podcast, Making in Africa. I want to see more entrepreneurs. The more entrepreneurs you have, the less problems you have in the world. That means I'm happy because there are less problems. That means other people around me are happy. And so in general, the world is going to be happy. So check out my podcast, Making in Africa. I want to create as many entrepreneurs as I can, especially of African descent, because you have so many problems on the African continent. It's okay to create entrepreneurs outside of Africa right now because the world is global. Somebody might be able to solve the world problems, you know, they might be in the United States, but they might be able to solve our problems in Africa. So yeah, so if you're listening to this, check out my podcast as well and figure out if you want to try to figure out the best steps on how you can get into entrepreneurship. My podcast is the best place to, you know, to get all that information. So it's Tato Mondo again. Hope to see you guys next time. I don't really care about you guys subscribing, but, you know, if you just want to learn, I just want to bring more value to you. I don't care if 2 people watch this video. It's all about bringing value. If that is 2 people watch my video and they start doing things that are going to impact 1,000 people, and those 1,000 people that are impacted are going to start impacting another 1,000 people, and the number is going to double to 10,000 people, impacting another 50,000 people. Then we get to 5 million people being impacted from a message that I just sent out to 2 people. That's what I'm talking about when I say I'm bringing value to the market. That's what I want to bring. I'm not worried about views. I'm not worried about subscribers. Those 2 subscribers, those 2 viewers can change and impact the world. But thank you guys for watching the videos and for trying to make an impact. The most important thing after watching this video is to improve the world and make the changes that you need to make, and to bring value to the marketplace for everybody so that the world can be a better place. Tato Mondo, Making in Africa podcast host, entrepreneur, millionaire in the making, billionaire in the next 10 years. So let's do this. And if you want to link up, DM me, let me know what you're working on. If you want to partner up, let me know. I'm a serial entrepreneur. I'm ready to work. I'm ready to take action. If it makes sense, it makes sense. It brings value to the market. I'm ready to do it, whether there's no money for me. But please don't ask me for no money because I ain't giving no money away. I'm just giving out value. I'm trying to get your money. All right, let's do it another time.